Dark Satellite Media.
Let me shut this off right there. Hey, welcome to episode number 51 of Red River Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. 51, we made it.
We're over the half-century mark.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here.
Wait.
Pretty much.
Langen's 51?
Yes. Yeah.
Soon,
It's his
man.
birthday. We got Langen today, me and Langen, and we have return guest, Mr. Jeff Fabb.
Yes.
Awesome.
Of the Black
I want to
Label
give it up to
Society.
Chef Cilantro over here, Eric
Chef.
Linker.
Delicious.
Delicious food, my
Made
brother.
us a delicious dinner.
Yeah,
Delicious dinner.
we're mad at talk. Thanks for hosting this, Eric. Just tell everyone how you know the guys.
Oh, I grew up with these guys. We went to high school together. So we still hang out with each other, and I just made everybody dinner. That's it. That's why I'm here.
Because you do the chef work, right?
I just do the hard work. That's it.
But I'm saying, like, you're like an actual
Oh, yeah,
chef?
that's what I do for a living, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like, what?
master chef. He's just being humble right now. The guy cooks for everybody. This guy over here.
Like what? Tell us.
We do, I work for a catering company out here. We do weddings
Okay.
for the most part, 80% of the time.
But you can also catch him at wineries making pizza.
Yeah, we're at Jamesport Vineyard. I work for East End Event Caterers.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the bomb.
What's your favorite thing to make?
Jeez. I don't know. Probably a fish I just caught.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. That's the best thing.
What'd you make for them now?
Right now, we just had barley with curried vegetables and kale with beets, shallots, and garlic.
Okay.
And some roasted sweet potato.
Are you vegetarian like them?
No, because then we had chicken, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you went...
He just had chicken, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Only I didn't have chicken.
All right, I'll let it
And it was
happen.
perfect. It was a delicious thigh that was crispy. It was amazing.
I'm a big thigh fan in life.
I'm going to leave a
Well,
You
great
should definitely
Yelp
grab a thigh
review.
before you leave.
If you like thigh chicken, you need to try this.
I just
bro.
meant thighs in general.
Oh, you like thighs?
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, man. So, like I was telling the guys, I just had my birthday over. Like me and my girlfriend stayed somewhere on Ludlow, and it's a trip to basically wake up in the Lower East Side and then make it out to Mattatuck today.
Yeah, from the sex museum to Eric's house.
We did. Oh, yo. So let me, yeah. From the sex museum to the horses over here.
Yeah, man.
So I went to the sex museum, which was like a huge trip, and one of the weirdest things that I saw there, which every now and then somebody comes up with something that I think to myself, holy shit. I feel like that's something I would have thought of if you gave me a couple of extra years.
Yeah.
So there is this machine at the Museum of Sex where you put your face into this like hole, and it takes an image of your face and then implants it into a porno scene, and then emails you the clip.
No way.
Way.
Get out.
I'll show you because my girlfriend did it, and
Oh my God.
it was like her face on top of some, like I guess in her on some porn star who's getting railed by some dude with a huge dick. So you can make whatever faces you
Oh,
want.
my God. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's fucking amazing, right? And another one of the highlights is you get to go down this slide. And you don't know where it goes, but it's like this. You climb up this shit, and there's a hole, and you're like, "What the fuck?" It looks like a legit pussy hole, and you fucking slide down, and it goes down to like maybe 2 floors. And when you come out, you get back on your feet and you turn around and it's like fucking
An
asshole with a
I was
pussy that you come out of. It's bananas.
Oh my god!
It gives birth to you.
Today it was my birthday weekend, and I guess it was fitting that I was reborn.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
I
Out of a
never knew.
butthole.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the pictures. It was a real trip. Like definitely if you're. Oh, and there was another thing, right? So there was like this screen in this movie that you go to, and it's called Tunnel of Love. And it's a really weird, like, it's just like all this imagery that's like going fast at you, and it's like penises and all this other shit. And there, like, you know what, when you go on a ride and like there's like a simulation in the seats. So that's what it was doing. And this dude was like pounding away, so you felt it in your seat. And I was like,
What?
Yeah, it was so weird.
Oh my god!
I just turned to my girlfriend because there was like there was this like black dude who left after us. So we see everyone who leaves, and I was like, yo, that dude looks mad angry. Like he looks like he just went through some shit that I don't know what's going on when we go in. And then when I sat down in the seat, I was like, oh, he probably didn't like being slammed in the ass because it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird. I'm just like sitting there, and then you just it's amazing. I couldn't recommend it more. Also, we did Sing Sing, did some karaoke. Some friends came out. It was really cool. I don't give a fuck about my birthday, but I thought that was every now and then go out to Manhattan and stay for a couple of days.
What'd you sing? What'd you go to?
I love doing shit that I won't normally sing, like in my band. So like
Bare Naked Ladies. Something like that.
Can you show us now?
yeah,
Give us an acapella.
November Rain. Of
Yes.
course. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. I'm like, yo, you guys hang out for 14 minutes. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go sing this shit. No, just like Phil Collins, a bunch of, like orchestral maneuvers in the dark.
Okay.
Bunch of new wave shit that like I normally wouldn't get a chance to sing.
Gotcha.
So, but we have Jeff.
Yeah.
So let's
This
do
guy.
this.
Finally.
Langan.
Yeah.
I noticed how you said your friend showed up and you weren't invited, Langan. So.
So since we last spoke to you, which your episode seems to be like our most popular, I guess, it just keeps getting listened to. I would imagine it's maybe the Black Label Society fan base that stumbles across it, and it's kind of funny. Like I listened back to it, your mom's on it, and we talked about a lot of fun stuff.
Some background on your story, yeah. So we're gonna catch up.
Who else was with us that day?
Just your mom, and Brian was there too.
Yeah,
he just had a baby.
He did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh man, congratulations.
Yep.
That's cool.
You signed his snare.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So he's occupado.
It's cool too because now, I mean, you're with like.
I hate being this guy. Just get it close.
Hi.
Just get it. You can adjust.
And now
it.
we're all here together again.
Yeah. When you get back to Mattatuck, like, what's the first thing that you like to do? Like, what's the first place you like to hit? A place you like
Starbucks.
to eat? Yeah. As a matter of fact,
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. There's not. There's
and then
not
I do
many
the
of
rounds.
those.
we
I
just
do the
got
rounds.
one a couple years ago.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, really?
No, I'm kidding.
I had no idea. I drove out
It
here.
is kind of for anyone listening. Mattatuck is country.
I thought I was
East End of Long Island.
gonna like drive off a cliff. Like I kept driving. I was like,
I said to
you
them,
will
I said, this guy is gonna have no idea. Like, where the fuck? These guys are gonna kill me or something. Driving in this backwoods.
Langan wanted you to drive off a cliff, but then we gave you the right directions.
should I take the podcast over? Everyone's gonna replace me. It's like, do
I was
we
making a power
We're
move.
gonna make it a food show.
do we?
instead.
Yeah. Do we want the guy who eats food or the guy that makes food to
I just
fucking?
want to shift it. It's easier that way, you know. Yeah.
But seriously, like when you come home, like what's like something that you look forward to that you could only get in Mattatuck?
Oh, nothing this time of year.
Well, I mean, I do my rounds, so I'll come over here to Eric's house, get some delicious food,
Sure.
go get some coffee. All my friends that I grew up with are here.
Yeah.
Everybody's here.
So that's the thing.
So I just do my rounds of the same thing I've been doing for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, right?
That's right.
Go take a walk on the beach, have some coffee,
Yeah.
go see friends, my family.
Yeah.
It's good to have it. It probably centers you, right? After all, if you're out on a long time,
Or drive
on the
me
road.
completely insane.
Depends on the
Whatever.
time of year,
Yeah,
probably.
it
Yeah.
depends on the time of year.
The summer out here is the bomb.
For
No,
9
it's the
months,
best
there's
out
no-
here.
For 9 months, there's no better place in the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
really? Yeah.
Like when we were all
It's
growing up
everything,
out
you know?
here, when we were growing up out here, we were like, "Oh, it's boring. It's boring.
Totally.
There's nothing to do." Now it's like I can't wait to come out here
Shit.
and
It's
just
the
have
best.
some space.
Yeah,
Just like-
there's a lot of space here.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. There's like that one road in, one road out.
Yeah, growing up out here, like pre-internet era. I mean, you were out here.
Yeah.
There was like, you know, making a plan to go to the mall. You had to take
Still
like a
walk
couple of
around at
buses.
night
And, like,
pitch black.
That's
What about like
That's what we did, though. We walked around, man. We
Yeah.
walked
Walking
everywhere.
around in
We would
pitch
walk
black.
from towns. We would walk from Cutchogue to Mattatuck. We'd be on the railroad tracks walking. You know, I mean, it was.
some Stand By Me shit.
That really was.
yo, shout out to Ray Brow.
Yeah, shout out. It was like that. It really was.
What other bands were going on at that time? Like, because I would imagine if there's so much space, like people were
Out
just
here?
like, yeah, like
Nothing.
what are
There was
some
no
some
bands out
forgotten?
here.
There wasn't, so
No.
no one was playing instruments.
Well, we started Trip Face.
That's it.
Me and Jeff were the first people to ever play an instrument.
You would imagine like where there's so much space to make.
I mean, there was
noise.
bands here and there, but nothing like. It was hard to find people to play with.
It was.
I found because only you're dipping into a shorter population. Of how many people play.
Langan
drums
used to
or-
hand me mixtapes of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how, and he would be like, learn these songs, learn this, and
So he was like the mixtape dealer.
He turned me on to so much, especially in metal.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening. My friend Christian was on a podcast, and he said everyone in music has a like a Miyagi. So he.
I
was,
wouldn't go that far. Let's not get too crazy here.
I was gonna keep it going.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, kind of, sort of like because
It's exactly like that.
I had a guy. I had a guy growing up in like when I was going to school in Center Reach, who was a surfer, and before I knew what was I don't want to say cool, but what I gravitated towards too at the end, he made me a mixtape of it was Misfits, Minor Threat, and Black Flag.
Yeah.
Now, that stuff was completely different from, like, the Aerosmith Greatest Hits or whatever the fuck I was listening to at the time, which is still cool.
Right.
But when you hear something like Black Flag, you're like, whoa. You're like, I don't even understand what's going on, but it's like, awesome. And you just kind of grow from there. But he was my guy, man. Like, there was something about surf culture and skate culture that just seemed to embrace, like, these underground version music of like either hip hop, where you see the old skate videos and stuff. You would hear these things first there.
Jeff was a
Absolutely,
skateboarder.
same thing.
Yep.
Same
You were
thing.
skateboarding?
Yeah.
How were those the shin?
I just
the
met
bumps?
Jeff Kendall,
Did you?
and do you remember him?
No, but you're
Okay,
gonna
he
tell
was
me.
a Santa Cruz skateboarder.
Okay.
Santa Cruz skates, and then I met him at one of the Slayer shows or something like that.
What'd you say to him?
I was like, he's like, well, Dario knows him.
Okay.
So Dario's like, hey, do you know this guy? He's a pro skater. And I'm like, what's your name? And he's like, well, I'll tell you my first name. And he's like, Jeff. And I'm like, Jeff Kendall. And he's like, oh my God, you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, dude, I know
Yeah.
who you are.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that was cool. But yes, I grew up skating, and that's a lot of this. Yeah, a lot of the music was in the skate videos.
Yeah, for sure. Right. That's before you could get like even it wouldn't be on MTV. Like you wouldn't hear Dead
No.
Kennedys on MTV.
Never.
But you would get it on that. You would get it at Thrasher.
Yeah.
Hip hop stuff too. I remember
You had to work a little harder to get into some underground shit back then.
Yeah. So you did. Like you said, you had to work harder to find music. And the one thing about that, I love the immediate part. Like I love that I could pull up, Black Label Society now or Motley Crue or whatever from my phone. But I think it's just because we have an appreciation for what it used to be. I wonder what it's like to be like younger and just have that in your head. Like you didn't grow up. Like you can't even fathom that you can't access something.
I think it's not as special.
I know.
I agree.
I mean, I'd hate to say that.
It's
what
true,
the fuck
though.
do I know? I'm just saying though, like for me,
Yeah.
but we know another way.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you didn't know any different, then maybe it is special. I don't know, but like because we know that though,
Yeah.
and we've like waited on lines at record stores for for the
Either tickets
right.
or fucking
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we got to go to the video store to go get Lollapalooza tickets.
Totally.
And if you weren't there first, you're going to it's going to sell out.
Yeah.
I think there was also like I know like if I went all the way to Riverhead, which was like a half hour or whatever, bought a record, I might like and listening to it through, maybe I wasn't feeling it first. I'd be giving it like several
have
listens. I'm like
Yeah.
invested in it. Whereas now there's a little bit of a disposableness to it where I
Yeah.
just click play on Spotify, which I fucking adore Spotify. Don't
love-
get me wrong.
I'm getting a
But
Spotify tattoo.
If something doesn't grab me right away, I'm like something else is coming out, and it's a little more disposable, and it kind of detracts
There's
from
so
it and stuff.
much.
How do you? What's your
Yeah,
preferred way to listen to music?
My
Like
perverted way?
your perverted way.
Well, can I say it? Can I say it?
You stick them in your asshole.
What?
hey, listen, I could see hands because there's a clear table. I'm just throwing it out there.
Like, do you like MP3, CDs, records? I know for a while you were buying like records.
Oh,
You
I
were-
love vinyl.
Yeah,
But I mean, I guess I don't really have a preference. I like if I'm just home listening to music, I love listening to records.
right.
Because it's like, look at all the records Eric's got over
Oh yeah.
there. It's
Are you-
just, it's
are-
just.
Some
Are you
of them I
buying
sold them.
new records or are you buying like
No, I've been buying all old stuff.
old stuff, but like
Yeah.
newer, like fresher copies of like like I guess they're re-releasing a
Yeah,
bunch
re-release.
of stuff.
Releases
No.
of
All
first
the stuff
pressings.
I've been buying is original. It's not re-released. It's
Okay.
like it's like old stuff from 70s and
Okay,
you know.
so you're digging. You're wherever you go, you're gonna go dig.
Yeah,
I
actually,
got to get in a spot in called Classic Oddities in Longview, Washington. It's like this really cool little choice record store, man. The guy has amazing cuts of like just really good, like all from jazz
All right.
to rock to fusion to
You're still a big jazz
country.
guy.
I love jazz. Yeah.
Jazz, is it just something that you like maybe go to for like some like new influence or inspiration, or is it just you like the fucking play?
You know what? I think it just doesn't get old really to me because it's like it's just. Well, first of all, I'm no jazz musician. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I try to play it. You know what I mean? And I love it. I definitely feel like it's in somewhere in there when I'm playing, but it's not like I'm like, you know, a guy that can go sit in with some jazz bands and like know all these standards off the top of my head. You know what I mean? But I appreciate the musicians so much, like the drummers, like Tony Williams and Buddy Rich and Art Blakey and all those drummers that were just, you know,
Yeah, that's cool.
I think the
pioneers.
appeal of it too is like it doesn't have to abide by any constraints that regular music kind of
Oh,
fits
absolutely.
into
Yeah,
it. So there's really, especially as a musician, where there's no idea where that guy might go next.
Totally.
Where it's
it was
nothing-
free. It was
yeah.
like really free form and like spontaneous.
Yep.
And I love, because we all remember the era where hip hop really sampled jazz.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
hell yeah.
You hear a low end
All-
theory.
Love all the horn stuff.
Yeah, you
want
hear-
all
all the
that's the
Tribe
best.
stuff,
all
all
the
the Tribe Called Quest stuff.
Yeah.
best.
Anything Premier made. pretty
Anything
much back
Premier
then.
did, like
Yep.
that early, like Gangstar Hard to Earn.
Yeah, that was cool.
But like Diggable Planets. I think Diggable
I was
Planets.
just listening to them the other day at work.
Really? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just that they really. I can't think of a better jazz fusion with hip hop. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was great.
that's
what
the
they
one.
were all about.
Yeah,
But I think Low End Theory is the gold standard.
that's a tough call.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially because it came out before it, right?
91. Yes, so 91.
Check
was,
the Rhyme is such a
Yeah,
jazz track.
yeah.
I mean, we've got the jazz right on that
Yeah.
shit, But
yeah, that was like the.
we did a
best.
whole episode about.
We
Tribe
did do a
Called
whole
Quest.
tribe.
Oh, did you?
episode.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Ron Carter played bass on that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
I didn't know Q-Tip.
That's what he says it. He goes,
Even-
Ron Carter is on the bass.
Ah, yeah.
And that's the beauty of like lyrics in hip hop is that years later you still catch something like a reference like that. You're
Sure.
just
The
like,
good
oh, shit.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yo, so what is like record culture like in like you spend a lot of time in Washington, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference between record culture there and record culture here, which doesn't really even exist as far as like Long Island?
Well, I don't really know how the record culture is here because there's no record stores in
Exactly.
Matatuck. So,
Well, that's what I was.
But I mean,
I was just trying to-
There's one in Riverhead, I think.
is there?
Yeah,
Because
but
it
it's only
seems
open
like-
on Sundays.
Oh, okay. Because it seems like it's
Fucking
getting more
what?
popular. It seems like it's getting more
It
popular.
sounds like some hipster shit, but I think it's open on Sundays. And
You're being serious?
for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is it in River? In
Yeah,
on
Main
or
Street.
something?
Almost. I think it's near. I could have all this wrong, but Jen sent me an article about it a while ago. But I think it's where was the barber shop? Yeah, Uncle Philly's
Oh yeah.
or whatever, somewhere down there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I think it's just getting more popular.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Nah, people dig it. It's just it. I love the sound of a record, and there's something relaxing about you having the time that you're going to be in one place for at least this amount of time
Yes.
to listen to this thing where, where you're on the go so constantly now, you take the music to go, in your phone. It's just.
But for a guy like you that seems to tour a lot, like, you're pretty much on the go. Like, how hard is it for you to actually invest in a record collection?
Well, I guess it's easy. I mean, I can't always listen to it.
Yeah.
But that's fine too, though, because that keeps it fresh too. You know what I mean? So when I do, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I got this, I got that.
Yeah.
Like.
What was the last couple of records that you bought?
I know for a while you said you were buying like debut albums, right? Band's first albums. I know you said for like a while you were getting
I got Cream,
into.
Israeli Dreams.
Yeah.
Which was mono. It was a DJ promotional copy.
Okay.
So it's not even stereo. It's mono,
Wow.
Interesting.
which was pretty
How's
interesting.
that listening to?
It's cool.
Yeah.
And then, I got a bunch of stuff. I can't remember.
That's fine.
It's all right.
I got the record I can't remember. I got Dust Bus. I got
Dust Brothers.
Yo, shout out to the Dust Bus and Caffeine.
shout out to Can't Remember anything.
I'll edit an answer in later. I'll put in like Man of War's first album. Or
I
something.
had like all your old drum and bass and house records for a minute.
Yeah,
I think that there's probably some of them in Eric's pile. Yeah.
He
He
knows
used to spin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no! You know what I've been listening to though? Out of all my records, what I listen to the most? Humble Pie, Rockin' the Fillmore.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
That record is insane.
Shout out to Almost Famous.
Humble Pie.
Didn't they end up with the groupies at the end?
Humble Pie?
Yeah.
Is that
They were playing the card game and somebody lost Penny
yeah.
Lane to Humble Pie.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah. That movie's so good.
so great?
Yeah.
One of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, well, Frampton was in it.
Was in it?
Yeah, he was in Humble Pie. He was a guitar. He was a
I thought
guitar
you meant
player.
Almost Famous.
No,
oh,
no, no.
okay.
He was in Humble Pie.
Oh, okay.
But that record in particular, you know who turned me on to that record was Mark LaRosa.
Ah,
He was like, "You're gonna need to listen to this record."
yeah. That's our old guitar teacher
Okay.
and drum teacher out
that's
here.
awesome. We tried to get him in on this, but he had to do some other things, so he couldn't make it.
Yeah, that would be interesting, like one day to do that.
Yeah,
For sure.
No, he's a great guy, and
Yeah.
he used to get me into a lot of shit too because he always thought everything I listened to sucked.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
He's like, listen, Talk Dirty to me is pretty cool, but he can't play.
He used to tell me all the time, like Slayer, like these guys can't play.
Yeah.
You know that,
He's
right?
like, "Can you teach me this solo?" He's like, "What the fuck is that guy playing?"
It's like 3 notes with a whammy bar
Oh,
for 2
terrible.
minutes.
He'd be like, "Oh, you got to check out Al Demolia or something like that." And my ears just weren't mature enough to get it yet. And then one day, it's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, I get it."
Certain things as you get older, you kind of appreciate.
A lot of things,
You know, there's like what are some records or some groups that you didn't really like back then that now you're like, holy shit, what was I thinking?
The Stones.
Yeah.
big time.
I love them now.
What do you have a favorite record by them or favorite song?
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I guess maybe one of my favorites would be Beast of Burden. Okay. And plus, because the song is so awesome, but it's just the sound of the record is like amazing to me.
The first Rolling Stone album that I bought, you want to know what it was?
Tattoo You,
Nah,
Hot in the Shade.
Now that's funny. Now you remember, I was 11 in 1989. It was Steel Wheels. I was like, man,
okay.
I was like, this Mixed Emotion song's banging. Who are these guys?
Who are these kids?
Who are these kids?
These guys are really going
You
somewhere.
guys know.
Yo, but seriously, so I realized...
I was into Undercover the Night back in the day.
What's that?
That track.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was my shit. But I didn't fuck with them till I got older either, the Stones. I just didn't get it. And then I was like, oh, okay.
I did just the exterior stuff, like all, but when that record came out, like I would listen to that. And then I would go backwards, but like there was something about like 89 where, so I was 11. So by 11 and 12, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start buying cassettes now. Cause then that's when I did, like, there was some, like, maybe, I don't know. I bought we laugh cause it was, Hot in the Shade from Kiss. It was like the first thing I bought. And
I don't know why it makes me laugh so hard.
I know.
Dude. I think it's that cover with the Sphinx with the sunglasses on.
I think it was just because they wrote a song called Forever, and he's talking about some girl being his forever, and and the next song he's talking about like sticking his dick in every other one. So it's just funny, and like even back then it just seemed disingenuous. But shout out to Desmond Child. for really helping those guys write songs.
Hitmaker.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, like 11 and 12 was when I really just started buying cassettes and stuff, man. I love that era for sure, you know?
Yeah,
But-
mixtapes, man.
The mixtapes, right? Like, once again, you really, like, you would make the mixtape, right?
Oh yeah.
What's something...
How many mixtapes? I mean, that was like a thing. You were dating a girl.
Yes,
Oh, that was
of course.
key.
You make
I got
her.
That was key.
the best mixtape ever from Christine Belanger in Maine. She painted it and then
I
sent it to
remember
me in
that.
the mail.
It had
What was
fire
on it?
hose on it.
Oh God, there was so much on it. 9 Inch Nails, I remember, was on it.
Fire hose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
No fire hose.
Fire hose or
what-
firehouse?
No,
Fire
fire. Yeah.
hose. Mike Watt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That was
yeah.
his
D
band.
Boom.
Yep.
Oh, no. That was the Minutemen. So, yeah, fire... Okay, fire hose.
Yeah.
Fire
Yes.
hose.
Fire hose.
Yeah, yes.
You were more of a firehouse guy, right?
Baby Don't Treat Me Bad was definitely on every mixtape that I made.
I can remember lyrics when I hear a song, but I can't remember all the
I
names
remember
of the
that
groups
tape,
that are
man.
saying
I
this.
remember that tape.
But that tape, she hand painted it. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't say.
Yeah,
you know,
you would work hard on a tape and give it to
That was
the
a big
opposite
deal.
sex.
That
You'd
was
be
a
like
big-
planning that shit out for
if
like
you made
a
one
while.
for somebody else, that's a big deal.
The
You
song
spent
order
time.
was important,
Oh.
like which one to lead off with, what to close with.
The lead off was a big deal.
Yeah, you don't
As you
come
got
off too-
good at it, you knew you wanted to build something.
Yeah.
You know, you wanted to start. It's just like it had to
You're making
have-
sweet love.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, it was like pure art. I would always throw it like, you know, once again, I remember.
Fuck like a beast. A wasp.
Absolutely.
Let lead off.
I was actually going
A little heavy-handed there.
I was going the complete opposite. There's one that I remember in my head where I put everything from like the Roots to Skid Row to REM.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, so, like-
I would make a mixtape.
You wanted to show
like
me your
that to this day
diversity.
If I made one,
Yeah.
What?
that's how I would make a mixtape to this day. It's just
Yeah.
whatever pops up, in
Whatever
your head
pops in,
next,
yeah,
you
and
know?
whatever was really, certain songs were specific.
As you scroll your
Yeah.
list, you're like, oh
Yeah.
wait, that one's next.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Oh wait,
now,
that
though.
one's.
So what do they do? Like, yo, I'll share this playlist with you.
But you can.
I'll share
You
the
can.
Spotify
If
list.
someone has Spotify,
Oh yeah,
you can just make them this playlist.
right.
You know, and you know, it's not as special, but it is nice to have that like immediate thing where it's like, hey, listen, even if you don't know a band, like I wasn't really too into Thin Lizzy. I didn't really know much of their catalog, but I know people who
Swear
rub
by
their
them.
dicks all
I
over.
worked
Eddie
with a
Trunk.
chef that knew that. That
Eddie
was like
Trunk.
that knew Rory Gallagher.
Wow.
And Rory Gallagher's nephew or his whatever came to work with us for a summer. That's
Wow.
who was there to visit.
Yeah. So I mean, but going back, yeah, like I said, I didn't really know much of them, but like a friend of mine can make me like that playlist because he was like, "Oh, I'll just make you a Thin Lizzy playlist."
Mhm.
And let's say they pick 10 songs from there, and then it's just so there is like benefits to having that part of it.
Well, you're getting somebody that's really familiar with the band, giving you what you should check out.
yeah,
you know,
like if you don't like these 10 bangers, then you won't like.
You're
the
not
band.
into this
You
band.
ain't gonna like the deep cut and stuff.
Right.
So for a band like Black Label, like what do you feel, or what is like the consensus now, like with like streaming, like Apple Music, Spotify, like is that a big part of like what you guys do, you think, or is it still, because I've never seen a band sell more merch than Black Label.
It's on point.
Yo,
the
it's
merch
like,
game.
Yo,
Yeah.
you go to a Black Label show, and if you're not wearing a Black Label shirt, like
Shit,
you're-
we're all wearing it too.
Yeah, I got the dope wool scarf in the other room. That thing.
I got
is
the
nice.
underwear on right now.
But, yeah.
But aside from like the merch stuff, like how do you feel about streaming for like
It's
a
great.
national act?
I think it's amazing. All of it's good. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's getting your music out there.
Yeah.
And now they're figuring out how
They are.
everyone's getting paid and stuff from it. So to me,
To be able to buy a track must help because some people don't want the whole album. Maybe they wouldn't have purchased the album, but if they can just grab those 3 tracks, at least you made
totally.
$370 or whatever
Yep.
off of that.
well,
right?
that's actually different though, because Spotify you just stream.
Well, Spotify, right? I thought
Yeah.
you were talking
The
about Apple
membership.
Music or whatever. They
Yeah.
always hit you for like $1.29 a song or
Oh,
something.
actually, that was iTunes. So Apple Music's just the same thing. It's just like a different streaming thing. Because somebody broke it down to me, and we mentioned this, where
Right.
it's like, you buy one album, and back then, if you were on Geffen Records and you sell a CD for like $15, technically you'll probably get $3,
Mhm.
maybe, and that's if you're lucky. Now with streaming, it's like this constant revenue. Like people like fucking listening to the first Black Sabbath record a zillion times because it was the 50th anniversary.
Right.
You know, they're still making money off of that. So it's like this constant revenue stream as opposed to just being like, hey, I bought this one album once and you got $3 for it.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It turns people on to new stuff too.
And then
albums they haven't heard before.
yeah,
you know what I
you
mean?
could dip into the catalog for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, the Black Sabbath, maybe they never heard Sabotage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They've heard other records, but they're like, oh, I've never even heard this, so I think it's...
So let's talk about that cruise. Seems interesting.
Yeah. Just got back from a cruise.
Well, the gay one Langan was on?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
The other one.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, we just got canceled. We just got PC'd.
That's it. Cancel culture.
So I always wonder what it's like to play a fucking cruise. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
logistically, floors, like...
This ain't your first one, right? You've
No.
done it. Yeah.
No. This is like my, I guess, fourth.
Is it,
Oh, shit.
like, just, like, run us through the experience. Like, what was the last one you just came from?
Shiprocked. It wasn't with Black Label though. It was JD, Dario, and I. We were playing with the Stowaways.
Okay.
So
What's
that's
that?
just like it's a bunch of dudes that are in other bands that aren't on tour at the moment.
What a great idea.
Basically, and just getting together and learning some songs, and going up there and playing the songs. So you're always playing with different people. You do a very brief rehearsal.
It's kind of
You know?
like that Camp Freddy thing or something like that.
Yeah, it's
that
kind of like
collective
that.
first-
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So for that in particular, what are some of the songs that you played?
I played L.A. Woman.
Awesome. Yo, do you love the Doors?
Well, that's another band actually
do.
now.
I fucking
Yeah.
love
I
the
always
Doors.
liked the Doors. I love them.
Eric loves the Doors.
I always did from the start. I still do.
I liked certain songs like when I was growing up, like People Are Strange and stuff. Like I
Yes.
like that stuff. But that was another band that grew on me though through the years.
Okay. So People Are Strange is funny because that was in the Lost Boys, but
Echo and the
Echo and
Bunnymen.
the Bunnymen did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is really cool. So 1987, I didn't know who the Doors were, or maybe I just didn't have that recollection. And I heard that because I love the Lost Boys. And then from there, you're like, what is this? Like, I want to listen to this. And Echo and the Bunnymen doing that cover led me to like those songs.
Yeah,
And then,
as a matter of fact, that's probably when I first heard that
Yeah.
song. It was in that movie.
yeah, it's amazing how you like it just gets you in there. And then the movie comes out 3 years later
Yeah.
with Val Kilmer.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I was into them, but before the movie came out, probably got into them in
All
like
right,
what?
you don't have to show
91?
off.
The movie-
91? When did the movie come
We
out?
get it. You
Yeah,
loved
he was
them
into
back
it
in the
before
day.
then, all
the
right?
first demo.
No, but I just remember being like excited that the movie was coming out. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm into these guys. I want
Yeah.
to see what the story is. It was
Yeah.
like Oliver Stone too, right? It was
Yes.
something like that. So you knew it was like
And
I
an
saw that movie a
involved,
lot when it came
movie
out.
that
but it was
should
kinda
be pretty
ridiculous.
good, right?
Yeah.
You didn't like the movie? Langan's saying he didn't like the
Oh,
movie.
you didn't like it?
I liked it when it came out. I saw it a lot, but like the more I watched it, like
How many
this
times
is
did you watch it?
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Jesus
he ruined
I
it
was
because
way,
he just
I was
beat on
way
it,
into
beat
the
on
Doors when that
That's
came
your problem. You
Huge.
one and done.
You
What's
guys
wrong?
know your
Nah.
music. How many years were the Doors actually doing their thing?
Well, they only
Not
made
many,
6
right?
albums.
6.
Six
Unless you
albums?
count the 2 albums they made without Morrison, but called the Doors, the Full Circle and something else. they
Soft
made.
Parade was the last one. I
No.
think they
Less
were-
than 10 years.
LA
you think
Woman
they were
was the
around?
last record.
Excuse me.
Well, I got to correct this shit right now. Now they have the self-titled Strange Days, then Waiting for the Sun, Soft Parade,
Yeah.
Morrison Hotel, I
Okay.
think, and then
LA
LA
Woman.
Woman was the last one because you see him on the cover.
Sure.
He's all bearded and ready to go. That was it.
He's on
ready
his
to
way out.
die.
On
Checked
his
out
way.
right there.
Ready to go. And
Yeah, I was a super fan.
Billy Idol doing that cover for Ford Fairlane.
Oh yeah,
That forgotten. Actually, no. Was it on? No, it was for.
Yeah.
It was for his Vital. No, it was for the Cradle of Love record. But that's what was on.
his LA Woman.
So,
cover.
but anyway, go back
yeah.
to L.A. Woman. What else?
I did Sweet Emotion.
Love it.
Nice.
How
That
good
was
is that
cool.
bass line?
That was great. It's great. What else did I do? I did Purple Rain,
Ooh.
Nice.
and then
Did you know
Voodoo
what-
Child, and I got to do Voodoo Child with Corey from Living Color.
Nice.
And yo, man,
So cool.
that dude
Yeah.
is.
I
a
saw that
monster.
picture.
He's
Yeah.
What color bicycle shorts?
Did I wear?
Purple.
Nah, yo, Living Color was one of those bands that still like after that first record,
Yeah.
they still release great music.
Dude, I just
Sure.
when I just watched them play,
Yeah.
and I was blown
Yeah.
away.
Vernon Reed is
Blown
a monster.
away,
Every
man.
single.
They still got Will Calhoun.
Will Calhoun.
Will is killing,
Yeah.
killing. So yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
Did
they've
you
been,
know what songs you did? You have to like.
Yeah, you know
Was this
before
all
you
thrown-
go on
okay.
there. Yeah,
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 yeah.
And then you you do your homework and then you get together and for like one set you go through the song one time and then that's
Right.
What is
That's
the
cool. That's
like?
exciting.
So it's just kind of. I'm trying to remember where you guys went. Looked very tropical.
We left out of New Orleans, then we went to Key West, and then from Key West to Cozumel,
Yeah,
and then back.
amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
What a job.
It must suck, right? It must suck.
Do you want me to tell you what I did while you were doing that?
You were at the sex shop.
Yeah.
I was.
You were coming out of an asshole.
I was flying out of an asshole. But so Black Label.
Yes.
What tour? What cruise did they do?
Same one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've done Shiprocked before, but
Okay.
but this time we did it as we just went on and played with the Stowaways, and it was just me, JD, and Dario.
Okay.
You
And
went out with in this moment on an earlier one, right? The
No,
cruise?
I never did.
No, you didn't do one.
No,
with
no,
them?
no, no, no. But Maria was on the last one
Right.
with me,
Okay.
and then they've been on it numerous times.
Yeah, yeah.
But the first time I ever did it was with Black Label.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
It seems like now, because it's such a touring market. Like records don't sell, so everyone's got to be on tour, and then by the second leg, you got to add like a co-headliner just to keep everyone going. So I feel like now, I don't know, like it just seems like the next logical choice to like go on a cruise.
Yeah.
It's a great festival.
Yeah.
Though. It's so
Yeah.
cool. It's like it's so
It's a
cool
win-win.
for the people because they get to mingle with the bands,
Yeah.
which is awesome for them. It's just It's like I don't know. It's just
You get to
it's
just
a,
hang.
It's a cool hang,
Yeah.
and then it's beautiful. You're on this boat.
You don't get seasick?
I don't.
He's a seafarer, man.
Yes.
Fisherman.
Last
He's
time
an
I was
old lobsterman.
I'm not a lobsterman.
Last time I was
I'm
on,
the only pussy out of us three that can't go in the water.
Yeah.
I
I'll
went
throw
on a
right up.
boat. Yeah, last time I was on I don't know. I never think it's going to affect me. And then it keeps rocking. I was like, I feel kind of nauseous.
Oh, really? You get
Yeah.
sick?
I
Once
can't fuck with it.
Once it comes, it's hard to shake.
It
Yeah,
is.
once
It's
you
just
get-
not one of those things you
yeah.
can puke it up and then turn around and tough it out. It's like it just keeps coming. And
Well,
coming.
my girlfriend, like, you ever have a girlfriend that just, like, insists on you doing shit with her family, even though
Yeah. A couple times.
So, awesome family.
Right.
But I don't want to go on a boat. Like, you could go. I'll just wait here. So, like, her dad got a boat, and we're like, all right, whatever. So I went there. It was, like, when we first started dating, and I was just like, this sucks. Then the boat gets stuck.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay. So he's like, all right, we got to get off, and we got to push, and, like, fucking, I get on there, and I'm just like, this is not what I wanted to do. Like, we're, like, push. It's just, like, very, like, very, like, Griswold vacation, like, that we're doing. I cut my fucking foot on, like, whatever's on, like, I'm stepping on
Whatever's on the
ocean.
ground.
Yeah, right?
Oh, we know.
So here's the thing. So these people go, and they're like, yo, you need help. So they, like, they latch something onto our boat, like this string or rope,
Mhm.
and they pull, and they pull too hard. And that thing
Broke the cleat.
shot like if anyone was next to it, it was like Final Destination time.
Yeah.
Like they would have been split in half, and I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And when we got off the boat, she's like, I'm sorry. She's
It's
like,
awful.
you never have to go on the boat.
Fuck all that shit.
Yeah, no, I just didn't like it
I
whatsoever.
hear you.
You know?
I miss that gene. I miss the
Yeah.
the sea.
I'm like, we already had sex. Like, I don't have to impress you. Like, it's done. Like,
Yeah.
we're past this stuff. We're to the point where you can go do stuff without me.
This guy Eric, he's like Bear Grylls and shit. He's
Are
like
you?
fucking nature boy,
He'll be
dude.
pulling clams up with his toes.
Dude,
I
forget
do
about
get
it.
clams.
Were
with
you
my
on Naked
toes,
and
that's
Afraid?
true. No, but
He could survive out
I
there
will
in
be
the
naked
woods.
and afraid later.
He could take you out in the woods like right now, like dry hump a tree and tell you how old it was or something
Yes,
like that. He's
that
like
is something
ridiculous.
I do actually.
Hold on, let me see how old this tree
It's
is.
Let me see
amazing.
how old this oak is.
Yeah, lick the sap or something.
What is
Why are you dropping your pants? This is how I do it.
what
This
is
is
the
200 years old. This
what is
tree.
the consensual age for a tree to have sex?
Oh, jeez. 10.
Yeah, this dude's like Tarzan, bro. For real.
Tarzan.
I'm telling you, man.
Definitely.
Do you think it's from just like growing up out here?
100%, right?
Oh, yeah, man. I was
Although
born
I
in-
didn't. I fucking
Yeah,
I couldn't survive
yeah.
a fucking hour anywhere.
I think it takes a certain type of person
Yeah.
What are you saying?
that you just aren't that person.
It's too busy spinning drum and bass records. That's why.
Sam
Oh,
loves
yeah.
drum and
oh,
bass.
I got a
dude.
picture to show you. I
Favorite
gotta
shit.
find that.
You got a drum and bass
The DJ picture.
Sam hates drum and bass,
He does?
like passionately.
I kind of do. I mean, listen, by all means, do whatever you want. So,
Langan, when's the last time you blew rail blow? How long has it been?
real talk.
And
Now-
was it good?
now the
Was it
episode-
a good blow or was it just
Now
like...
the episode begins.
That's how it starts.
Good, I could edit. I could edit it. I could edit it down to this.
First question.
Probably at the public house.
Was it?
Probably.
This is Langan back in the day, man.
Yeah,
With his,
look at
he's got the headphones on, kicking drum and bass, drinking Tanqueray and
That's
tonics.
playing some house.
He's
That's it.
choking it back right there.
Hell yeah.
Like a young Josh Wink.
Slaying the puts back then.
So last time you did coke was then?
No. Well, I probably was. In that.
I'm gonna put this on my guitar case.
You should.
Actually, we'll put it right here. Oh, so last episode, we talked about you were living in Silver Lake,
Oh, yeah.
like in the very beginning.
Yeah, Eric was there and
Oh
Langan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, I fell off the skateboard
Yeah.
there.
So, just I didn't know much of the area, but like recently, one of our favorite movies of last year
Yeah.
was called Under the Silver
Yeah.
Lake.
Yes.
Did you
Oh,
watch
I
it?
didn't see it.
It's a great movie.
Is it all?
That's what caught my attention.
Did you
Was
see
it just-
Training Day?
Was that Silver Lake?
That was
too?
all Silver Lake.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
Echo
thought it was a
Park
trick
and,
question.
and Silver Lake. Yeah, that was all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That neighborhood was, well, I mean, you could speak about when you were there. That was like the up
No,
and
please,
coming.
you speak for me.
You can speak on it.
All right, I'll step
Jesus
aside.
So,
Christ.
so like the movie, like the location was like such a central part of this thing,
Yeah.
and it was such a weird, bizarre movie. It was like Alice in Wonderland meets The Big Lebowski,
Great
for
movie.
sure.
Yeah,
But some people would hate it,
100%.
and I get it. Just
100%.
was there anything that you
Fucker.
remember about living in that area?
Not much, man. The good margaritas.
Yeah.
No. It was
Presidente
It was
margaritas.
awesome. I didn't even know where I was
place was
moving to,
amazing.
though. I think I probably said that on the last
I don't
episode, but I was just like, oh, okay, Silver Lake, cool, sounds good to me. Like I had no idea.
It was like up and coming then, right?
Yeah,
It
and
was
it
kind of
was
like Brooklyn
didn't
was.
have much to compare it to either,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How long were you there?
No, I mean, I just didn't have any. I didn't even know where the hell I was moving to, but I was just like, all right, sounds good.
You're right, because like when you don't know, like geographically, it's like
And my sister was living in
Venice,
Venice, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like I was like, oh, cool, we'll be like neighbors. No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like in my own world, and she was in her own world,
Yeah,
and
3 hours away with traffic.
with traffic, insane. But what a cool place though. I ended up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's like I said, I mean, obviously it's a movie, but like I wanted to visit. I was supposed to visit. I've never been to California
Mhm.
ever, and I either wanted to go to Seattle, which I've never been to, or LA, because a lot of my friends just recently moved to that area,
Right.
and I don't know.
If you had to pick, where would you pick?
All right. So, if my friends didn't move, I have a whole bunch of friends that actually moved to LA within like the last couple of years. I would say Seattle, because there's something about Seattle that just seems like a place that I would like to visit.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just something drawing me to Seattle.
Yeah.
But
I would strongly suggest you change that.
to what, Seattle?
No, I would change it to
LA.
To LA. Yeah.
Any
Why?
reason
And the only reason I would say,
Yeah,
but the weather, man.
the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it really rainy though?
Where?
In
Seattle?
Yeah.
In certain, right now it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like for weeks.
But like shit to do. Like
LA.
for sure.
All day.
But what's the best shit to do in Seattle? Like what did you find?
Well, you could see, I mean, you can go see the sights in Seattle.
Sam don't like it too hot though, too.
Yeah. I'm a
It's not,
55er.
it's not
It's
that
a
hot.
it's a dry heat.
Is it?
Yeah,
That-
no,
yo,
you
I
got to
did
go to
hear-
LA, man.
I did hear that whole dry heat shit a million times, but when I went out to visit him, I don't know which time this was. I think you were working for that one of those
Doctors?
yeah, maybe with the guy from Fireball Ministry or whatever
Drum
on that
Doctors,
time.
yep.
And I remember he was going to work, and I was like, I didn't know what I was going to do with myself that day. And I got that New York mentality that I'll just walk, I'll troop.
Yo,
troop.
that's
You
my
can't
mentality.
troop in LA, bro. I got out there and I started walking to Amoeba
Yeah.
from your place,
Yeah.
Amoeba Records.
Yeah.
Yo, I didn't even get like halfway there. He got off of work. I was like, yo, where you at? He's going to pick me up. I didn't even make it there. But yo, I didn't sweat though. And it was
at
100
Fatburger.
degrees. It was like 100 degrees and I wasn't even sweating.
Oh, so you were dead ass about that?
I was dead ass. Yeah.
About the dry heat?
100%.
Damn. Yo, what
You want to hear the best thing about the whole story?
Sure.
I didn't even go to work.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's worth walking to Amoeba, man. That place is ridiculous.
Is it?
It's worth going to LA.
Dude,
just
you gotta
for
go
that
to
place.
Yeah,
All
come
right.
on. As a music fan,
Yeah.
that would be. I mean, Seattle's cool. I love Seattle too, but
Dude,
if
like,
you've never
it's like
been
going
LA.
to Costco, but it's all like music. It's like the size of a fucking warehouse. It's
Well, I
amazing.
want to visit Rob G. He like works for Fangoria now.
Right.
My friend Johnny like does like a lot of cool stuff for like movies, and my other friend Mary Ellen works for like Epic Records. Like everyone,
Oh, you got it.
yeah, they
Go
do
there.
they do their thing over there for sure. And I was like, fuck it, let me just go. I've never been there, you know. And I you know what I wanted to do like the movie theme things. That's what I want. I want to go, you know, like the horror movie, fucking like I don't know, those houses, Universals and shit like that.
yeah, you got to do. There's so much to do, you know.
Yeah. I might even walk through Compton. Just throwing it out there. I don't know. Why not?
You should.
Safe now.
I would like
You
yeah.
should at like midnight.
You should wear some colors too.
Well,
Yeah.
They
I
like
mean-
red.
I wouldn't go there at that time because I wouldn't go, I wouldn't even go to Port Jeff at a certain time. 'Cause
Not Port Jeff
changed.
Station. No.
Port Jeff Station is fine. Like if you walk down Port, like I guarantee you walk down Port at 2 a.m. and just walk up and down the block, somebody will fight you. Everyone
sure.
leaves the bar angry for some reason because they got kicked out for being too drunk.
Yeah.
And if you keep walking up, you will fight some guy in like a
You
hockey
find trouble
jersey.
anyway.
Did
Yeah.
you take
Yeah.
Did you take Lang into the baked potato when he went out there?
Did I? Did
That-
you go to Baked
That
Potato?
place was
I
that
don't-
was
That's what's
that was
that's-
something.
yeah.
That was something.
Well,
There
the
was some-
first time I went out there, I was broke as shit, and you were broke as shit, and we just ate at El Pollo Loco every day. We didn't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
67-cent taco.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the cheapest
Yeah.
taco, 67 cents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We would just go down to the
Yeah.
beach and hang out, try to get
It
some.
starts
bud
at
or
like
something.
$1.29 and
Yeah.
works its way down.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We-
Rats in the
We're hearing noises and shit.
there were rats running around in the roof.
Rats
were
in the
hearing,
trees,
we were
right?
hearing noises, yo, in this place in Silver Lake. We didn't know what the fuck it was, you know? All I knew is, like, in my head, I'm hearing, like, LA, all those LA stories and shit. I'm thinking the episode of Cops, like, the helicopter's going to be up ahead.
Well,
and
because
stuff.
where I lived in Silver Lake, it was like that. It was like
Yeah.
the helicopters are flying over you. It's like, you know, the alleyways. It's
Yeah. We had, like, 2
Straight out
broomsticks.
of
We
a-
were, like, ready to, like, do battle and shit. Like,
turned around. Like, it was,
Yo,
they
I
were
was shaking like a leaf, bro.
Yo, grab that broomstick.
For real.
Whenever,
It's like
whenever,
animal.
whenever you go somewhere you don't know,
Yeah.
like that's the way it's gonna be.
Right.
You know, like I
Pretty
can
much.
wake up here and fucking see some guy in like a shotgun with a MAGA hat, and I'm like, oh wow.
You might out
Oh,
here,
God,
bro.
they scare the shit out of me
yeah,
too.
I'm like, I gotta go.
That ain't
Well,
odd for
anybody
out
from-
here, bro. What are you kidding me? I'll show
Anybody
you like
from-
5 guys on the way home that look like that.
Go knock on their door, be like, yo, my friend just wants to see you real quick.
He wants. He don't believe you exist. Like Alabama North, son.
Is so where is the Black Vatican?
That's in L.A.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so is it? Okay, so
Yeah.
does the band spend a lot of time there?
Well, we record there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time we record there.
Okay, so I think that's key, man. Like, gone are the days of going to a studio. Like, if someone has a studio, like, it's so self-sufficient. I love
Yeah.
that part of it.
Yeah.
You know, like, remember, like, when, like, Guns N' Roses would drop, like, $3 million to, like, rent out a hotel,
Oh yeah,
like
Throw
a studio.
a lot of money on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beastie Boys when they did Paul's Boutique, they spent a lot of dough
Yeah.
back in the day.
When you guys are writing a record, or, like, so I would imagine Zach writes everything, sends it to you guys because you guys are...
No, we basically, he has a bunch of stuff, ideas. We go up there and he just starts kind of like showing us his ideas, and then I'll go in with him. Sometimes I'll let him just lay down his idea.
Okay.
Like or he'll just
Sure.
lay down his idea, and then I'll just go drum over the top of that, and then we just kind of start from there.
Okay.
A lot of times he's like a songwriting machine though, man. That guy is like, he goes in the house, he comes out of the house, he's got like 2 more songs. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, he's insane.
Yeah, when you watch a Black Label show, he is, I mean, all eyes on him.
He's relentless.
Yeah.
Was that your first time seeing them? That time in the city?
No, we saw them at the Corrosion.
That's right. You went to Paramount too.
We went to the COC show. It was COC, I Hate God, right? Who else was it?
That's who it was. Yeah.
It was just those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fire alarm, yeah. Forgot about that, remember?
Oh, yeah, and the fire
Fire
alarm
alarm.
got pulled.
That's right.
Who the fuck did that? Was that you?
Yes.
You're like, I need more songs.
This guy ain't getting it easy tonight.
I'm gonna make him start the whole thing over
Yeah.
again.
Speaking of COC,
Sure.
Was Reed Mullins playing when you were on tour?
Well, he was.
We
He
just
was
lost him.
for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad month for drummers, man. Fucking
Yeah.
Neil Peart, Sean Reiner.
I
You're a
mean,
big Neil Peart fan growing
Jeff
up.
Fabb
Totally.
got Corona
Yeah.
Light.
I got the Corona Light. I got a little sick from that when I got back from that cruise, and I was like, "Oh no,
I read Langen's text.
dude, I got the coronavirus." Oh
He
my
goes, don't worry.
god!
He goes, I think I might have Corona, but don't worry. It's the light. It's the light one.
I got the Corona Light though. I think I'm gonna live.
The shit like that, like all seriousness, like all the traveling you guys do, something like that. Does that make you like nervous about airports and all
That
this fucking
did
shit,
for a second, of course, because
Yeah.
you're going through airports and you're like, "Oh no, I don't."
You don't have anything overseas for a while, though, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the timing
guys-
for that
well, the
cruise
next-
was right when
the
all
next
that's
tour you got
happening.
coming
Right,
up.
so it's like shit, man. I'm about to leave on this cruise, and like all this stuff.
And
is
they're
all over
quarantining other cruises
Yeah.
in Japan, right?
Oh
you
shit, yeah.
Walking through JFK, everyone's got masks on. You're like, okay.
Oh, boy.
We went to Manhattan this weekend and I saw some guy with a fucking mask on too, and
Yeah.
I was just like, nah. Just like for me, I'm so like I don't know. I don't think anything is gonna kill me.
Did you never wore rubbers then?
His pullout
Is that what you're saying?
His pullout game is strong, man.
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, you just pee the AIDS out.
just throwing it out there, figuratively and. But yeah, like I never think anything like I'm. That,
I'd wear one of those masks if it was like a band merch. So like
put it on now?
Misfits
Yo.
on it or something.
Yeah, there you go. The
Black
next-
Label
there it is.
Society fucking masks.
Worldwide.
Sick, man, sick.
Cut me in, yo.
Yeah,
PLS.
you got to pay tribute to Gene Simmons, of course, because I'm sure he thought of it.
I invented the gas mask
totally.
in 1979.
But so like is like I don't know what it is, and I don't know how secretive the Vatican is, but like what exactly does the Vatican? Is it just like a studio?
Yeah, it's a studio.
That's it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I
Yep.
just imagine
It's
it was
Zach's
just-
studio.
It's on a church. You
Ah.
thought it was a church, maybe?
Yeah, I thought maybe Ghost invented it, and then Zach took it over, so I
Gotcha.
wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if Zach wanted to play for the next 40 years, you're right there with him, right?
I would love to be.
Yeah, because you never like when you're in a band and in a band that has such a seriously, the two shows that I've seen.
Mhm.
I mean, what an amazing world! It's just so amazing to see the world that he created. And when you go see the band, it's like this is your tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that all you need is like 1,000 people to have an amazing fan base, and he has more beyond that. And then when you see them, even for someone like me who doesn't really know the catalog that well, amazing.
Right.
When we saw him at Irving and they were doing that dueling solo from like the balcony, like
Yeah.
when you're
Oh,
playing,
yeah.
do you wait for the cue or you just
No, that's it, man.
you
We
just
just
go,
go
you're
and go and go and
just
go and go.
Yeah. But that's amazing. So like him and Dario are like on either side of Irving Plaza, and like we're all
Oh, that's how it was. Where'd I see you? Same thing.
At the Bowery.
Bowery. Same
Yep.
thing. They were battling from the...
maybe that's where we were.
They played 2 nights.
Okay.
Yeah, we went one night, he went the other night.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. We
was
played
that
2
what it
nights.
was?
I forgot
Yeah,
about
up in
that.
the top
It was
balcony,
back-
right?
Yeah, for sure. And like
Oh, that
everyone,
show was great, man.
everyone, because like the phones, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna take
awesome.
a selfie with fucking.
Oh, man, your
Dario.
turn. He's right next to you.
Yeah, very cool. For that tour, you guys played. What was the name of the album that you
Sonic
did?
Brew.
Okay,
The night we went, they played in its
Yeah.
entirety.
in its entirety,
Yeah.
exactly. So, how awesome is it to branch out now and do some new shows with just playing the rest of the catalog?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of we seem to kind of switch it up, So it's always something new.
yeah. And then when you go, listen, regardless, when you go to certain places, just the reaction from people, it still energizes and stuff like that. And now you guys have enough records to basically, how hard is it to pick a set list for a tour?
It's easy.
Is it?
No, but yes, at the same time, because it's first of all, people want to hear certain songs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to play certain songs.
That's
Got to be a half dozen songs they want to hear, right?
Because otherwise, I would be too, right?
Yes.
If I were to go see Black, I'd be like, oh man, they didn't play this. Why didn't
Right.
they? I want to at least hear that, So you got to play certain stuff, but yeah. So there is like tons of other material to pick from at that point.
And then you got to focus on the newest record, of course.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but again, you don't want to play too much off of your new record because, like, you know, especially when it's really new because nobody even knows it yet. You know, so they're like
second leg, third leg.
Yes. Yes.
How's Boxcar Dan doing?
He's hanging in there, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good dude.
Yeah, man. We had a long talk, and he was like an interesting
We're
guy.
chopping it up. You guys are
Boxcar
going out.
Dan is a friend of mine. Eat mashed potatoes with turpentine.
You guys are going out again soon, right?
Yes.
Entombed.
With Obituary.
Obituary. That's
oh
right.
shit!
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. You guys don't play with a death metal acts too often, right? It's a little
Oh,
different.
well,
That's
we
cool.
did. We did. Yeah, we're doing it with them, and then the last one was Black Dahlia.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
That
And
was
Black
cool.
Dahlia, like they're like legit like
Yeah.
death metal.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them at like Knitting Factory when that first record came out, and fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not too well versed in death metal, but like every now and then like certain records come out, and I'm just like,
I know all the big acts.
yeah.
I don't like dig that deep into the genre.
Well,
Yeah.
for you, it would have been
Yeah, I
Cannibal
was-
Corpse.
Love Cannibal
And
Corpse.
then that's
Cannibal
your
Corpse, Death,
But if
Obituary, Entombed, the one Suffocation, obviously.
yeah,
Shout
the
out
guitar
to
work, yeah.
Frank and Clarence.
But why though? Because if you're in, so for me, like my big obstacle for death metal is that I'm such a melody guy. I love melody.
Mhm.
So sometimes I can't get over certain things where it's like I don't know, I want to hook. But if you're already into those bands, how wouldn't you dig deeper? You're already there.
Well, there's certain things though. Like a band like Carcass is a death metal band, but they're very melodic. You know what I mean? I don't like the really technical, like
Yeah.
absurd shit. Like I don't know. I still, even the black metal, I'd like a little melody in it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like Enslaved or something like that. It's not like Mayhem or whatever.
So you're like a poser.
A total poser.
All right.
He's a church burning poser.
So on tour, I would imagine you have a lot of downtime. What's like some of the favorite shit that you like to do on tour? Like on when you have enough time? Like maybe you have a day off.
Well, it's funny because we
Besides
don't really have that
masturbation.
much downtime because it's like get up, right? And then you sound check at like 2. And
Are these
then
lyrics to Mr. Brownstone?
and then you and then you have a meet and greet,
Okay.
right? And then you play. So it's like you have like a few
What if you have a day off?
probably just go walk around.
Walk around.
Yeah. Grab
What-
some
what-
coffee.
Yeah, coffee,
Walk
of course.
around.
Where's the best coffee?
Starbucks.
In Matatuck.
In Manitowoc.
Only in
It's
Manitowoc.
got to be here.
No, I honestly
Yeah.
is on our bus.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the best coffee on there. We got the Valhalla Java, and then we have like the espresso cups, so we can make up our own. It's
Okay.
it's delicious.
It's
great.
It's
we got a grinder. It's like it's delicious.
Cool. So all right. So you're on the bus. Another thing. Do you binge a lot of shows? Have you been watching anything that you want to get into?
No,
Do you read books? I guess.
I read.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So that's
I'm
your
like
thing?
I'm more of a reader.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting. All right. So give us some books.
Sam doesn't understand.
Yeah, I
What
can't.
you're saying?
you don't.
You know, I just
Me
I,
either.
I have a
We
hard
joke
time
about this all the
concentrating.
time.
Yeah.
You know, like if you give me an audiobook, I'll do that, but I just can't.
That's not reading though.
I know.
That's listening.
Well, I told him, I'm like, if you take your book and you put it on Facebook and like statuses,
Yeah.
I'll read that.
Yeah.
I have to summarize it.
Yeah.
I'll break it down
That's
in
it.
status.
If you give me like 100 statuses, that's like, half a book.
I'll tweet it to you. Cliff
Yeah,
notes.
tweet it to me.
Well, what did
and also like late night, like JD and I will stay up late. We'll stay up till like 5 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
and then just we'll
Reading
get,
books?
reading each other books.
reading to each other. We cuddle each other. But we'll be watching we'll go down rabbit holes of like old YouTube videos
Oh,
of
yeah, for sure.
bands and
You can. Yeah. Yeah.
stuff like that. Jaco Pastorius videos and
Yeah.
like we'll go down those rabbit holes.
Was there a doc on him, right?
Yeah. Robert Trujillo
Yeah.
Trujillo. Oh, yeah, that's right.
paid
Yeah.
for it or produced it or
A
whatnot.
Spanish people say
Jaco.
Trujillo, by the way.
I don't know
JD
what the fuck
should have
I'm
been in
talking
that.
about. You know that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Didn't he? What was there? I don't know much of the story. I just know that he's like an amazing bass player.
Jaco?
Was there any? Yes. Was there any question on if he got murdered?
Well, yeah, like a bouncer beat him up
Okay.
and killed him
Okay.
because they didn't know who he was. They
Yeah.
thought he was like some like homeless guy
Yeah.
that was just like trying to get in, and he was like, "No, man, I'm a famous bass player. Let me." And the guy was just like,
Holy
kept on,
shit.
and then the guy beat him up so bad he killed him.
What happened to the guy?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
What's it like to like kill the most famous bass player of all time? It's got to be pretty weird, you know? Especially for something like that. He must have really beaten the shit out of him.
I guess he beat his ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you and JD are pretty tight.
Yeah, we all are.
Okay. But I mean, like, I feel like maybe because he lives in Jersey, you see him the most?
Could be that drummer, bass player, rhythm section bond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, and then also, like, Dario hangs too, but he goes to bed earlier.
Okay.
Like, he's like an early going to bed guy.
Okay.
Like, he'll like, when we're done, he's like
10 o'clock.
He's already in there.
Yeah.
You know, he's in the rack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you and JD, I believe we had a conversation. You might have been working with Q Unique.
Yeah.
Who's a rapper. He's also in King's Bounty with Mike DeJean. Stillwell with Fieldy.
Yeah. And Wolf.
Yeah, so what's the deal?
Yeah, like we're always talking about it. We want to do it. But we don't know
What
when.
would it be? Like, kind of.
I don't know.
Oh, so just
we're all
music
kind of
with-
like, no, we just get together and just jam, man.
Yeah.
You know,
See
because
where
I
it
didn't want
goes.
him to, you know, we all just were like, you know, there's nothing, we don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Kind of see what happens.
Is that something that happens a lot on tour? Like, you cross paths with people and you're like, oh, we have downtime. We should get together and...
Yeah, I mean, you do. Do you ever do those things that you ever want to do with everybody? A lot of the times, no, because everying gets busy.
Well,
Yeah.
your logistics of
So,
you're on tour, they're
yeah.
on tour. It's got to be difficult. You
Like-
live in Matatuck.
Ain't nothing out here but the deer, man.
Yeah.
It's me and the deer.
Yeah, they're
Richie
looking on the
Blackmore
map.
lives out here, doesn't he? Maybe we get something popping
Yeah,
with
why don't you
him.
jam with him?
That medieval band he
Yeah.
got.
And when you get together, you're sending files, which kind of sucks. So it's better to be in a room together.
That's
Like,
what the coolest shit
it's the
is.
vibe,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
Like, you just get that. I don't know.
Yeah, because we brought my buddy Dan from the Dirty Apostles
Okay.
to and he came over to JD's and we did some stuff with him too.
JD has a studio there?
Yeah.
Or just like
Yeah. The Necropolis.
Okay.
What's it called?
The Necropolis.
The crop.
Is that named after Return of the Living Dead 5?
I'm not sure.
No.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, so we talked about the next tour you got coming up. What about summer plans? They got these doing anything, festivals? Or
I don't
something?
really know of anything that we have on the books yet. I know there's like talks about festivals and
'Cause
stuff
you
like
guys
that.
are real. I was looking at your tour dates over the past couple of years. You're very active in that circuit, right?
Yeah.
Play with a lot of bands, man. Do you hang out and watch, like,
Yeah.
or do you kind of just...
No, I go watch.
Yeah.
I go watch everybody I always wanted to see.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't do that. I know some people that are in bigger bands that play those things, and it's just, you know, they just fly in and they fly out. But when you get the opportunity,
No,
it's like,
Right.
yeah, like if we're gonna be there, I'm gonna go watch bands.
yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, there was a lot down south or something like that. I saw like GNR was on one of them, Foo Fighters, a whole lot of big acts.
Oh,
you
on
know.
the festival.
Yeah. Did you see GNR?
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since they got back with Slash.
Well,
and
we played
everything?
with them.
Oh, you have?
We opened up for them.
Oh,
what?
When was
yeah,
that?
man.
What the
When
fuck?
was
We
that?
opened up for them.
Yeah, you just gonna drop that at the end of the podcast?
I save, I got it. We do when we were doing the Book of Shadows.
Okay.
Wow.
We opened up for them,
And that's when Slash was back and Duff
yeah,
was back?
it was the band.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yep,
How was that?
it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They go on at 1.
what's that? No, yeah, he was on. He was on time.
He seems to be a good soldier lately, you know?
The one time I went, it was when it was just him.
I don't know if that would fly now.
Yeah, maybe not.
No.
Yeah, everyone would be like, "All right, well, we're gonna go home, I guess." So
Yo,
Yeah.
because
That's from another era of rock
Yeah,
star.
totally.
no, but I tell you, in 2010, I saw them at Webster Hall,
Uh-huh.
and
Really?
the opening band ended at 10:20 maybe, and they didn't hit the stage till like 12:15.
Oh.
I was just like,
That's
"Wha-"
brutal.
and it was Thursday. I had to go to work, and I had to drive my friend home,
Mhm.
and they played from 12:15 till like 3:25.
Damn!
Wow.
Wow, that's a long time.
And by the time the encore was like getting, my friend was all excited. He's like, "You're not into it?" And I'm like, "Yo, it's like 3. And I have to drive you home and go to work."
Yeah.
Like
you went to a rave or something.
yeah, like I was just like, yeah, sober. Like at least bump me off on the way home.
Oh my God.
But because a lot of those festivals are so mixed. Like you could be playing alongside like all these different genres. Like, how's that like for a band like Black Label? That does their own thing. Or like, what's the like? What are those bills like? Is it cool?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's cool too because then I'll go watch people that I haven't seen it. I'm like, oh, who's this? Who's this band?
Yeah.
Or oh shit, I haven't seen that band. I'm gonna go watch them play. You know what I mean? So
what's
that's how it is for me. I mean, what do you mean? Like, how is it for?
Oh no, yeah, I'm saying like because now like there's so many festivals that of course they need all these bands going through. So like a lot of the genres, like you'll be playing with like Run the Jewels or some shit.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
Which is cool, I think.
Yeah, I think. Well, I do too.
I just don't know
I don't
how
know
some
how
other.
I don't know how the fans feel. About
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
But I mean, because it's a festival, it's just so mixed.
Yeah.
I think
love
that
it.
it's cool.
Yeah,
I think it's better. I
that's
mean, I
cool.
appreciate that more.
Mix
just
it
as-
up.
exactly. Because I mean, some of the metal tours and stuff, I've seen a lot of pairings, like a lot of times. So when
Yeah.
you,
Oh,
when
for
you see,
sure. Yeah. It's like 5 bands.
like I've
with
seen
double
Lamb of
bass.
God with Slayer probably maybe like 800 times. Like I felt like every show I've ever seen. So like splitting up and like different act, and
feel-
it's also diversifying different fan bases. Like
Yeah, you guys
people
have
that
a
might
great
not have
stage show.
heard
You
your,
don't have to worry about anything.
your stuff.
You go up there and
before,
do your
you know?
thing. The fire comes out. You guys all have skills. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But I think it's good when it's diverse.
Yeah, I think people eventually will come around to it. 'cause-
Well, and that's how you
I
come.
was
That's
gonna
how
say-
you find new things. that
Yeah.
you're
How
into.
many people in the crowd heard you for the first
Right,
time and were
and
like, "Yo, who was
That's
that
what just
band?
happened
These
to me.
guys,"
That's what
you
just
know.
happened to me on Shiprocked.
okay.
Same thing. I was like, oh man, who's this band? I never heard of this band before.
Who was it?
Dead Posey.
Dead Posey. Okay.
You heard of them?
No.
A female singer. Cool. It was cool. It's like Joan Jett,
Nice.
like mixed with some other awesome shit. You know what I mean? And then the Band Nerds, this like hip hop band out of Texas.
Cool.
Like just cool shredding drummer,
Yeah.
shredding gospel kid drummer. Fucking,
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like yeah, I think that's good.
Good. And just I'm sure it just inspires you just to keep creative and shit.
Yeah.
What are some newer drummers that you see
Oh my
that you
God,
feel
there's so many of them.
that you feel are like really kind of pushing the envelope or
Oh,
people
Eric
that,
Moore.
from where? So just
Well, he's played like in the rock world he's played with Suicidal Tendencies.
okay.
But like the guy is insane. He's like a I don't know, Billy Cobham of today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's there's so many of them, dude.
Okay.
Especially now. Like I talk about this with people, and I think it's because we're growing up with the technology that we're growing up with.
Sure.
So people are they're getting turned on to things at such a young age.
Yeah.
And then they get to watch too, like of what they're doing.
Right.
And it just took it to another level
Awesome. Very
where
cool.
like kids are just like insane.
Well, yeah, you see fucking that girl playing Queens of the Stone Age. Like she's like 6 and like, you see these clips and I'm like, how is she doing?
Insane.
Fucking no one knows, and you hear those like drum Dave Grohl like fucking drum fills.
God,
Yeah.
She's killing it.
Yeah.
They're amazing. There's so many amazing. And I
Yeah.
think about like how shitty I sounded when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
I'm
me
like,
too,
oh my
man. I'm like,
God,
damn.
it's horrible. I would have thrown my guitar out. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, there's no chance for me.
I would
in
have
this
like my
world.
feet and my hand at the same time. Like, you serious?
I'm fucking awful.
Yeah, I thought there was someone else down
Well,
there.
we were trying to tell you that, but you just didn't listen.
I had a PA though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So my last question would be, if you could go back, in time, and you could replace somebody as the drummer, what band would you pick?
Oh man.
What band would you love to be in? From way back when?
Trip face. Again.
Again. Oh man, I don't know.
Weather report. I'm just throwing
Maybe
shit out
Elvis Presley.
Really?
there. Oh wow.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I didn't know you were an Elvis guy.
Yeah.
I'm not. But for some reason, it seemed like a
You
good
just got
idea.
good Quaaludes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Sounds like a good time.
I gotta say,
That's
you know,
something to be said
for,
for that.
for anyone who might be single, not that any one of us are single, but you know, you can pick him because the shrapnel that would surround the Elvis band has got to be ridiculous.
You would catch mad.
You would catch
Ass shrapnel.
For real.
Everybody gets launched out of an asshole at an Elvis show.
That's all I got.
That's it.
Thanks for doing this with us.
Can we say thank you to Eric for having us over his house and cooking us a beautiful
Cooking that
dinner?
marvelous
Better
shit.
fucking say thank
My
you.
mouth's still
man.
watering.
Yes, it was delicious.
Next time I come out, I want
Again.
some pickles.
What's your Instagram?
I don't have an Instagram.
Yes,
Really?
you do.
Yeah, you do.
What is it?
I don't put a lot of stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, but what's your Instagram?
Linker Eric.
All right, ladies, you hear that? if you know what's good for you,
Follow
Get
me
at
for
'em.
more recipes.
If you want something mouth-watering.
yeah.
Anything else that you want to add or nothing?
No, man, I had a great time. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank
It
you
was cool.
for
Yeah.
having a conversation with us. Awesome.
Absolutely.